Today we will consider relation between internal resistance, EMF and terminal potential difference. Before discussing the relation, let us go through these terms. What is meaning of internal resistance, EMF, electromotive force and terminal potential difference of a cell. We all know electrochemical cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy. In previous video, we considered volatile cell, in which a glass container we took, in which electrolyte was dilute H2SO4, two electrodes, one of zinc and other of copper. After setting up this arrangement, electrons were flowing from zinc to copper. And the chemical reactions which we have considered, this electrolyte will dissociate in the form of ions, hydrogen ions and sulfate ions. H2SO4 will give you 2H plus and sulfate ions. Zinc atom will change in the form of zinc ion by giving 2 electrons. These zinc ions and sulfate ions, they will combine and they will form ZnSO4. This hydrogen will gain 2 electrons and it will change in the form of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen ions will gain 2 electrons and they will change and it will change in the form of hydrogen gas. So in outer circuit, electrons are flowing from zinc to copper because copper is at higher potential and zinc is at lower potential. So in outer circuit, due to potential difference between zinc and copper, electrons will move from zinc to copper and inside there will be movement of ions. If symbolically I want to represent this cell, then I will represent this cell by this symbol, where this longer line is representing the terminal with higher potential and this shorter line is representing the terminal with lower potential. Let us consider term internal resistance. In case of cell, ions are going to move here in electrolyte, and when ions are moving, then they are going to suffer collision with ions and atoms of electrolyte, and due to this collision they cannot move freely or they experience opposition to their flow. This opposition to the flow of ions due to collision between ions and other ions or atoms of electrolyte, this opposition is known as internal resistance. It is represented by letter R, small. So the opposition offered by electrolyte of a cell to the flow of ions through it is known as internal resistance. This is a symbolic representation of cell. This is symbolic representation of a cell with its internal resistance R. Let us discuss on which factors this internal resistance depends. This internal resistance depends on separation between electrodes. More will be gap between electrodes, more path ions have to travel, more will be collision, so resistance will increase, internal resistance will increase. So internal resistance is directly proportional to separation between electrodes. If you will increase the temperature, internal resistance will decrease because viscous force will decrease and mobility of ions will increase. So internal resistance decreases as temperature increases. Also internal resistance will depend upon nature of electrolyte and the concentration of electrolyte. Which electrolyte you have taken, H2SO4, NH4Cl or any other electrolyte. In case of batteries related to your inverter, you are going to put water time to time. Why do you do so? The reason is internal resistance depends on area of electrode, inversely dependent on area of electrode. If your small portion of electrode is dipped in electrolyte, then in that case internal resistance will be more. And if your large portion, let us consider I am going to dip it like this till here, in that case internal resistance will be less. So area of electrode that is dipped in electrolytic solution is inversely proportional to resistance, or resistance is inversely proportional to area of electrode dipped in electrolyte. Also, internal resistance of a freshly prepared cell is low, and it increases as you are going to draw current from it or as you are using your cell. These type of primary cells you will prepare when you will consider experiment in lab, how to compare the EMF of two primary cells, how to determine the internal resistance of a primary cell. Then you can prepare like Lench's cell or Daniell cell. Let us consider another term now. Next, I will discuss EMF or electromotive force. This is cell, and in this case electrons are moving from zinc to copper. Electron is moving, it means charge is moving, and to move a charge, work will be done, and this work will be done at the cost of binding energy associated with electrolyte, the chemical energy associated with electrolyte. This energy will do work, or this energy will appear in the form of electrical energy. From here we will come to term electromotive force. This is not correct name, it is misnomer. Actually this is not force, this is work done. The total work done to move unit charge along a closed path. Closed path means outside the cell and inside the cell. Total work done to move unit charge. This work done is known as electromotive force and represented by E. What is V? Terminal potential difference. If you will consider this diagram, then this is representing cell, this is representing small r internal resistance. The cell is connected from this terminal to this terminal. We are going to have external resistor R. So V is terminal potential difference. This is work done in carrying a unit charge from terminal A to terminal B. It means we are talking outside the cell, from this terminal to this terminal. This work done to move unit charge will be known as terminal potential difference. And what is the work done to move unit charge inside the cell? This we are representing by V dash. This is work done in carrying a unit charge from B to A inside the cell against resistance. Which resistance? Internal resistance, small r. It means total work done E I can divide in two parts. Work done outside the cell and work done inside the cell. So inside we are representing by V dash. Outside we are representing by V, and total work done inside and outside we are representing by E. So E will be equal to V plus V dash. V will be equal to IR, V dash will be equal to IR. This is capital 1. This is current flowing through this. So potential drop from terminal A to terminal B. Outside potential drop will be I multiplied by capital R, and this will be I multiplied by small r. So I will come outside and inside we will have R plus R. So I expression will be E upon R plus R. This formula and others you can use to solve numericals. Most of the time either questions will come on the basis of graph or questions will be numerical based questions you can have. Next relation you see, E is equal to V plus V dash. V I will keep as it is, V dash I will replace by IR. This expression you can use to find internal resistance. If EMF is given, terminal potential difference is given, current is given, then what is value of internal resistance? R will be equal to E minus V divided by I. Another form, V is equal to IR. Use this value of I here. You will be able to get V is equal to ER upon R plus R. Also, R is equal to E minus V upon I. You will put value of I using V is equal to IR relation. Put this value, solve, you will get another expression for finding internal resistance if current is not given. EMF is given, terminal potential difference is given, external resistance is given, then how to find internal resistance? Internal resistance will be equal to small r equal to E minus V within bracket multiplied by R upon V. So which formula you are using, it will depend which quantities are given to you, which you have to use. Now we will consider graphical portion and special cases related with this. First case I will consider when your cell is open. You are not going to draw current. Then in that case I will be equal to 0 and E is equal to V plus IR. This term will become 0. So E will be equal to V open. So terminal potential difference across terminals of a cell will be equal to EMF when no current is flowing or no current is drawn from the cell. Otherwise, when you are going to draw current from the cell, this terminal potential difference will come always less than the EMF of the cell. Now consider graph which can be in 1 mark question. If it is asked, draw a graph between EMF and external resistor, then whether your external resistor is there or not, EMF will be there. So EMF is not dependent on R. It is independent of R. It depends on nature of electrolyte and the electrodes that you have taken. So being independent of R, the graph between E and R will come out to be a straight line. Next is graph between terminal potential difference and R, external resistance R. So we know V is equal to IR. Put value of I which we have considered here, this value of I is equal to E upon R plus R in this equation. So V will become ER upon R plus R. We will take R outside. So equation will become V is equal to ER upon 1 plus R upon R into R. So relation is V is equal to E upon 1 plus R upon R. Here we will consider 3 cases in order to draw the graph. We will come to one table. Using that table we will reach to this graph. If I will consider external resistance is 0. If external resistance is 0, then what will happen? If external resistance is 0, I will put this R to be 0 here. R upon 0 will become infinity. This will become E upon infinity. So V will become 0 in this case. If your external resistance is 0, V will become 0. If your external resistance is equal to internal resistance, then V will be equal to E upon 2. When R is equal to R, V will be E upon 2. If R is going to be infinity, then what will happen? Then putting R is equal to infinity, R upon infinity will become 0, V will become equal to E. In this case, current flowing through the circuit will become 0. This case and this case both are same, this one and this one. When you are not going to draw any current from the cell, then EMF and terminal potential difference will become same. So using this table, what will be the nature of the graph? This side we have R, this side we have terminal potential difference. When R is equal to 0, V is 0. So this will be our first point. When R is equal to R, let us consider this. Then V will be equal to half of EMF. This is E, this is half of EMF. So one point will be this, one point will be this. V will become equal to E when R will become infinite. So we will consider that this graph will reach to its maximum value E when R will become infinite. So your graph will come out to be of this shape. Next, what we have to consider is graph between V and I. Relation we know, E is equal to V plus IR. So V will be equal to minus IR plus E, or I can write this will be equal to minus Ri plus E. If I will consider this equation to be equation of straight line, y is equal to mx plus c, c will give intercept, m will give slope. So what is slope here? M is equal to minus R. the graph that we will draw, its slope will give me value of internal resistance. And in this case, slope is negative. It means when one quantity is increasing, other will decrease. I is increasing, V will decrease. So this will be the graph that is coming for terminal potential difference and current. If I will consider point A, when I is equal to 0, then this value of V will be equal to E. And if I will consider point B, where V is going to become 0, if V will become 0 in this equation, then E will be equal to IB into R. IB into R means, why to specify value IB here? IB is representing the value of current when the value of terminal potential difference will become 0. So this, what is value of current at point B? This is IB. So from here, if it is asked using this graph and values are given, find the value of internal resistance, then you can use this graph and this formula to find value of internal resistance. These are few board questions which I have given you to do practice, and formula which you can apply I have already discussed with you. So this is based on graph. Few are using simple formula, few are very simple questions. So try these questions related to relation between EMF, internal resistance and terminal potential difference.